What a world we're living in right now as Oklahoma State adds 8 more commitments, and they're bringing in some Texas Tech help as well. I mean, if you can't beat them, join them maybe. I don't know, man. Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, you guys are killing it.
You are Locked On Oklahoma State, your daily podcast on the Oklahoma State Cowboys, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Yes. What is up, guys? Welcome back in. My name is Mountaineer Paul. I am your host here. Welcome back into Locked On Oklahoma State. As wow, my entire box just fell out of the wall. Give me 1 second here. Wow, that's crazy. My cat did it, I think. That was my computer's charging on that. Okay, my apologies, but thank you guys for joining in on this episode of Locked In Oklahoma State. We're going to talk about that one today. We're going to be brought to you by Game Time. Obviously, right now with Game Time, if you download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code Locked On College, you too can get $20 off your first purchase. And thanks for making Locked On Oklahoma State your first listen, and for being a part of the Locked On Podcast Network, where we talk about your team, the Pokes, every single day. I'm having all kinds of issues here, guys. I am so sorry. Oh, God. I'm trying to give myself a little bit of a break here, but this is ridiculous, man. Okay, there we go. My light died. Just everything happened all at once there, didn't it? All right, so you guys have had a slew of commitments. A lot of them are North Texas guys. I have spent the majority of the day, and this is no lie, I did a West Virginia video today at about noon, and I decided to, I guess it's not going to stay on. I decided to start looking into the Oklahoma State side of things and started studying tape. And you guys have got a good mixture of players coming in. Some are pretty good. Some are definitely role players with the ability to potentially grow. But I figured we would start with the Texas Tech because that's sexier. So that's what we're doing. We're going to start with the Texas Tech visitors who are coming in. We'll do the full breakdown on every player that's coming in, every player that's committed. And that's what the episode is basically going to entail. We're going to kind of, so even though I have visitors for the second segment on the backdrop there, it's actually going to be first segment. I changed my mind on that as we jumped in here. So I appreciate you guys so much. As we always, like to point out, this is Cody's show and I'm just a placeholder, but certainly want to put Paul's kind of effort into it. I record every single day, try to record multiple times a day. I have a really, I love what I do, right? So I'm very lucky to be able to do it. I'm grateful that I'm able to, and my work ethic is something I'm proud of. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed that. But I know that I'm no Cody, and I'm not sitting here trying to pretend like I am. I'm just Paul. So hopefully you guys are enjoying what I have to say here. And let's dive into this, man. Let's take a big hunk out of what's going on in the portal world for you guys, as you guys are, there's no doubt, the number one portal destination in the country right now. We've seen throughout history, it's not always a great thing. That doesn't always mean a good, right? We saw Colorado win 3 games being number one. So, you want to be hesitant when you're number one, but it's necessary. You don't have a choice. You're flipping a roster. There's only one way to build it. That's through the portal right now, because you didn't get a high school session to build on. And if you look along the lines of what Morrison Company are doing, hey, look, we've already done a lot of the work at North Texas, and at least for 1 year, we can bring these guys in. And if somebody doesn't work out, hey, we can send them back next year. That's just the cruel reality of it. These guys that are coming in now, though, I would consider probably more long-term type solutions from Texas Tech. And so we'll jump there first. Obviously, Maurion Horn, I believe I'm saying that right, Maurion Horn, a corner out of Texas Tech, 5'11", 180 pounds. He's out of Arrow, Oklahoma. On-3 rating of 88, so that puts you in the starter realm for me at the Big 12. He is a proven Big 12 player. He was regularly a starter as a sophomore. So certainly at Texas Tech, that's hard to pull off. He's got natural cover instincts. I think he's comfortable in man coverage. He shows that on tape, and he has some really good anticipatory skills as well. He's got quick feet and hip fluidity. So when he needs to transition cleanly without grabbing on, he can do that. And he's pretty comfortable and competitive at the catch point, which is good because he plays bigger than he's listed, and he gets his hands on some balls here and there. And you have the home state edge. He plays, in the state of Oklahoma. And growing up, he played in the state of Oklahoma, and so hopefully, him being from Arrow should give you guys an edge here for the Texas Tech transfer. So, like I said, he was at Texas Tech where he played a bunch this past year, and then had his role reduced a little bit this past, from what he was as a sophomore. But that doesn't mean that he's a bad player. It just means that Texas Tech spent a lot of money this past year, and whether this guy's a role player or he comes on as a starter for you, I think it's something to be excited about. He's an immediate Big 12 ready corner with something to prove. I think he raises the floor of your corner room, and he puts a press match heavy system that values confidence. And when you look at him on the field, he is absolutely that very confident type player. A lot of trash talk going on, which I like to see. I think the projected role is come in, compete immediately for starting outside cornerback reps. Worst case scenario, maybe he reclaims, a rotational type role for you guys. Best case scenario, he reclaims his old form and becomes a multi-year starter and Big 12 contributor. And, there's a worst case as well where he just doesn't do much for you guys. I've got a transfer portal impact meter of 40 out of 50 for this one. 39 out of 50 for this one. I think this is a buy low Big 12 corner with starter tape, right? He's got tape as a starter, and kind of exactly the kind of portal swing that could pay off for you guys. And in a year where you're going to have to put some bargain, you're going to have some bargains at some places, this would be a good one to do it. He's not the only Texas Tech visitor coming in, though. There is another one, and this guy has really, really solid tape. Braylon Rigsby, an outside linebacker / edge player, 6'4", 240 pounds. I think what I like about Braylon is he is scheme versatile as an edge. He can stand up. He can put his hand in the dirt. He can run on a stun if you need him to. Hell, you can even play him a little bit at outside backer if you need to for a snap or two, as long as it's not in pass coverage. He's got a high motor, and that shows up on tape. Even though he doesn't have gaudy stats or anything like that, he does play with good length and good leverage, and I think he sets the edge better than the raw numbers would suggest. So, and you're probably going to get early on a lot of special teams value out of him as well. And I think those snaps are going to matter early for him. He's still early in his career, right? He's developing. I think for him, this is the kind of player you could hope to see maybe by next year, being a contributor on a regular basis. But I mean, if you look in 2025, he played in all 13 games. He had 6 tackles in a limited role. So say what you will there, but I mean, you played in all 13 games. I think at the end of the day, he adds depth and flexibility for, and you're rebuilding your front seven. So he's a developmental edge that has Big 12 experience. He played in behind some of the best defensive ends in the entire country, in Romello Height and company, and David Bailey. So, I think he has learned a thing or two and could help stabilize your room and hopefully get some snaps counts while younger players grow as well. The projected role for him, for me, probably a rotational edge defender, somebody that's definitely going to play and be a contributor on special teams as well. If you want a best case, maybe he breaks out this year and shows some pass rush ability and gets you 6-8 sacks. Worst case scenario, he's a depth defender who still plays a few snaps here and there and on special teams. Transfer portal impact meter of 37 out of 50. I think, he's not a guy that's going to come in right away and put up big numbers, if I had to guess. But I do think that you can project him out to be a good player. He's got the size, he's got the effort on film, and I think he has the room to grow as well. Another visitor that'll be coming on, and all these visitors will be coming beyond today. Israel Polk, the wide receiver out of Akron. I've studied his tape going back a week ago because his agent got a hold of me and let me know that West Virginia was in play for him at a certain point. I don't know if that's still happening or not, but I know he's visiting Oklahoma State, and he's a wide receiver from Akron at 6'1", 175 pounds, and 87 rated on 3 rating here. And he's a reliable chain mover. I think he understands space and leverage. He started 7 games as a sophomore. He's a clean route runner. He wins with really good pacing and tempo on his routes. He stems it well. I think he's good coming out of his break, and he's got good hands in traffic too. I think he's got room to add some weight without losing his top end speed. And his college production from last year, 24 catches for 201 yards as he started 7 games for Akron. So I think this is a competent wide receiver that fits the possession type intermediate role for you guys. And he once again raises the floor of your wide receiver room that needs bodies and is somebody that's pretty reliable. I mean, 7 games, 24 catches, not too bad. And I think the projected role here is a rotational wide receiver with a chance to carve out snaps early, absolutely. But, I mean, could he be a third option? Could he be a fourth option? Absolutely, I think he could be. He's not going to be a number 1 or a number 2, but could it be a third or fourth? Yeah. Worst case scenario, he's a depth receiver who stabilizes your rotations, plays on special team, kickoff, and punt return, that kind of thing. A portal impact meter of 34 out of 50. So, he's not flashy, but he's useful, and I think he could come in and play right away. Another one you're getting is Darnell Nix out of App State, 6'5", 290 pounds, 89 rated in on 3. This is a true freshman, and he got snaps as a true freshman at App State. We're already ahead of the curve. I think he's got a good base, good balance in pass pro. He's got a frame to add 15 or 20 more pounds, and he's going to need it for the Big 12. He's technically sound for his age as well, guys, which is why he played early as a freshman. And I think he adds value because he's multi-positional around the interior. I think you could probably play him at either guard spot. He's not going to play tackle at this level, in my opinion, but I think at either guard spot that gives him some flexibility. So, like I said, he played in 8 games as a true freshman. And long-term, there's the investment here. Is he going to start right away? No, I doubt it. But does he fit Eric Morris's developmental offensive line profile, which they did at North Texas a lot? Yes, he does. And, he's going to need some patience here. But you're not showing desperation by just swinging at some guy that is a senior that maybe has some issues like West Virginia did last year. Something West Virginia did last year was this. We took a guy like, here's a great example. Kimo Makaniole played offensive line at LSU. They moved him to defensive line, but his high school tape, he was a 4-star guy coming out. That's why he went to LSU. West Virginia said, hey, maybe he can still play O-line. He just couldn't play at LSU. Let's bring him over and move him back to guard. The worst-rated guard in all Power 4 last year was Kimo Makaniole. That's not a lie. That's legitimate. That's the truth. So, for me, man, it's like not good. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good at all. I have a Walmart order here. I'm going to have to tell him to set it on the porch. Hold on just one second, guys. I am so sorry. All right. I don't know what to do about that. Hopefully they can just set it on the porch. All right, let's go to break really quick. I guess I could run out there and tell them that really quick. This is so embarrassing, guys. I am so sorry. I'm trying to get so much done with 2 channels and just try to survive. Let me tell her. My mom's texting me this. Let me tell her to tell them that. Tell them set it on the porch. All right, let's go to break really quick, guys. We'll come right back to this. This episode of Locked On Oklahoma State going to be brought to you by FanDuel. And right now with FanDuel, Fridays already feel different during basketball season, and FanDuel is making them even better. Every Friday night before the game tips off, FanDuel gives fans a new way to kick off the weekend with NBA Happy Hour. NBA Happy Hour is your official pregame, a limited time where special offers drop right inside the FanDuel app before the action starts. Fridays from 6 to 7:30 Eastern have become appointment viewing with NBA Happy Hour. So before tip, check the FanDuel app and see what's dropping during NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 6 to 7:30 Eastern. A little basketball, a little action, and a whole lot of Friday energy. That's NBA Happy Hour only on FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA. All right, guys, we are back here in segment 2. I'm going to see what's going on here. Okay. Hopefully they know where my porch is. This is going to be stressed out now. All right. Let's see. Let's get back to my notes here. I'm so distracted by this. Can you call? I'm trying to make sure that I don't lose because I don't know what do you guys know what they'll do? Will they just set it out there? I've never really had to worry about this before. All right. So back to the breakdown here. So obviously, there was a ton of North Texas guys. Oh, I'm sorry. There's actually one more visitor that I didn't get to. Alex Perry, wide receiver from Florida International. So 6'5", 210. This is a big one. I probably should have started with this one. But I think I put I'm so crazy that I do everything in alphabetical order like an idiot. But Alex Perry from FIU, 6'5", 210 pounds, 91 rated on three. This is a big one. If you look at what he did last year, he's an elite wide receiver. 6'5" is really big, right? And corners hate his body type. Last year, as in the red zone, 9 touchdowns for this guy, man, at Florida International. And he is a winner, man. This guy has won at every step, high school, college, and now here. And if you look at him, as a pass catcher, he tracks it well, especially deep balls. He's really physical after the catch. And if you look at his college production, 56 catches, 840 yards, and 9 touchdowns. He was an all-conference USA first team player. This is going to be the guy that comes in right away that immediately changes your wide receiver room. There's no doubt. He gives your quarterback a bailout target, and I think he complements the smaller, speedier guys that you brought in, right? The projected role is for him to come in and fight for number 1 wide receiver if that's what happens here. He would definitely get heavy snaps. There's something going on out here. Ambulances and all kinds of stuff coming by. What's going on? But he is an alpha, man. This is a guy you guys want. This one. This is one that you're jumping up and down for joy if you get this one. This is a monster. And you go check his tape out. Alex Perry or FIU. He would be one of the best receivers in the Big 12, in my opinion, were he to come to Oklahoma State playing with Mestamaker. Yeah. And he really reminds me of trying to think. There's a couple guys that he kind of reminds me of. Maurion Hampton from last year from Colorado. I don't know if he's quite the deep threat, but he's got similar ability, just mismatch. Or there's a few other guys out there that you can say, but at the end of the day, a 6'5" wide receiver that can really run like this guy can is just not something that comes around too often. I've got this as a 45 out of 50 transfer impact meter if he comes. So absolutely want to make sure that you get him because I think he would pair great with Young, no doubt about it. So, okay, on to your commits. You've got at least, let's see, let me count one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, eight commitments. And the biggest one is the running back, which is my favorite. We're going to get to that next, right after the break. Talking about game time on this one, guys. And look, when it comes to game time, if you don't know, now you know. There's nothing like college football season, tailgates, packed stadiums, and being right in the middle of it all. The energy, the bands, the moments you remember forever. But actually getting tickets, that part used to be frustrating with long queues, logins, and prices jumping at checkout. That's why game time gives the advantage back to the fans. It's the easiest way to unlock amazing college football tickets and experiences in just a few stops. I opened the Game Time app to upcoming college football games, and Oklahoma State was there for me. Isn't that crazy? I was actually surprised at how easy it was to find great seats for that. So, I love being able to view my seat from inside the app as well before buying, so I know exactly what I'm getting. And if you want to take the guesswork out of buying college football tickets with Game Time as well, you can download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code Locked On College for $20 off your first purchase, where the terms apply. Again, that's code LOCKEDONCOLLEGE for $20 off today. Download that Game Time app today. You can swipe, tap, ticket, go download Game Time today and ask yourself the question of all questions. What time is it? It's game time. All right, guys, we are back here in segment 3. Is that somebody's knocking on my door? Is that Walmart? I'm working if you want to set that outside. Oh my God, what's happening right now? Guys, I'm gonna have to go answer the door. Hold on here. Give me 1 second. Hello. Thank you. What's really going on in my life right now? What's really going on? Well, it's out there. I'm so sorry. I timed this up so badly, guys. I'm so embarrassed. So unprofessional of me. I'm going to be so hard on myself over this. All right. So I apologize for this, really. So if you're watching this or listening on audio, this is a really, really bad episode. So, Cody, I'm sorry. I feel like this is really unprofessional, man. All right. We'll move on to some more commitments, though. You guys got 8, and I told you guys I had a favorite, and I do. So you guys got a running back out that played at UConn. Or I'm sorry, he was at James Madison, and he used to play at North Texas. His name is Ayo Adeyi, 5'9", 200 pounds. I watched this tape earlier today. You got something. You got something with this one. This guy can really go, man. And you guys are adept to undersized backs. You guys have used them in your history. West Virginia likes them too. Everybody likes a good undersized back. Can I give you a good comp for this guy? And this is probably a little bit too. I don't know if he's quite this good, but Des Reed from Pitt is a great comp because, if you look at Desmond Reed from Pitt, this is a guy that's a similar size, a couple inches taller than Des Reed, but they have such similar skill sets. They're almost slot receivers that play running back. Guys that can really get out in space and make dudes look silly. I watched Adeyi put an angle route on a linebacker that typically is a good coverage linebacker at James Madison, and it was disgusting. Um, sometimes, man, you just get got, and this is one of those times. I mean, this kid can really run routes, and that's not even counting what he does between the tackles. He is a natural runner. He bursts through lanes. He's got great vision. He's got a lot of experience. I mean, he's got a ton of yardage in his career. He provides depth. He provides value. Is he Hawkins? No, he's not Hawkins. But trust me, you're going to want to give Hawkins a break on third down. This is the guy. You got your guy. He had limited time due to injuries. But, I mean, he already – and there's so many positives to this. He's going to be your running back too, in my opinion. So I don't have his stats on here for some reason. I don't know why. Hold on one second. So, let's look and see what he did at North Texas. So, but another great thing about him is you don't have to go ahead. You don't have to ingratiate him into the offense. He's already there. I mean, there's so many good things about it. Yeah, he only had 24 carries for 120 yards last year. Let's see. In 2023, he had 143 carries for 1,017 yards, 6 touchdowns. And, and he can do that. That's what he does well. So he can be disgusting with it, man, on the ground. He's been playing for a long time. I think if you're going to talk about concerns, 2021, he goes back to 2021. He's almost a COVID year, baby. I mean, how old is this guy? 84 carries in 2021 for 496 yards and 6 touchdowns. 112 carries in 2022 for 807 yards and 4 touchdowns. 143 carries in 2023 for 1,017 yards and 6 touchdowns. And then 2024 and 2025, he's been hurt both years. So it's weird. Once he went to James Madison, it just never – he got hurt. I didn't realize that, honestly. I guess I was looking at tape from a couple years back. So I would imagine that this, one of the worries you got to worry about here is tread on the tires. I mean, he's been playing running back since 2021. It's 2026. That's 5 years. That's a long time for a guy his stature. Is he able to come back and be the guy he used to be? It's a good question. I mean, hopefully he can be for y'all. Maybe you're taking a chance on him. I imagine you're not paying him much, but he understands the offense. If he can get back to what he was in 2023, you've got a legit RB2. I guess I didn't realize that was back-to-back injuries. I just thought it was last year, but it's actually the last 2 years. So that's something to monitor. You also got a really good player from North Texas in Kabian Huddleston with an ST. 6'4", 235. On 3 hasn't graded at an 86. But last year he had 9.5 tackles for loss and 5 sacks, 30 tackles. He's a disruptor. He's got some juice on the pass rushing side. He's got a great motor. Like I said, he's a tackle for loss for days, and he's really physical. Keep your eye on him, guys. We got to kind of start running through these a little bit now. So we went Adai, we went Huddleston. Another one is Eben Jackson, a safety from North Texas. 55 tackles, 3 interceptions in 2024, 39 tackles and a pick last year. He stabilizes the back end, 6 feet, 170. You have to imagine he's a guy that's going to come in and either start or be a contributor right away. So that's not a bad player to pick up either. It's proven production. You'll take it. Colin Lewis, that corner, 14 tackles, 2 interceptions. Not bad. And you have to say, at 5'11", 170, is okay. He's got good ball skills, pretty instinctive in coverage. I watched a couple of his interceptions. He's a turnover creator. He's got good hands. When it gets near him, he catches it. And he's a pretty versatile DB. I would say he's got the potential to be a ball hawk. Um, Conajal Thomas. Don't know if I'm saying that right, but this is actually breaking up the North Texas monotony, if you will. But this is a guy that's 5'11", 170. Doesn't have much experience at all. But I mean, from his high school film, I went and watched about 10 minutes of that. He's got good feet. I think he's got potential to play in the slot. He is local. So, we'll see what happens. But obviously at Kansas State, he played limited. He had 5 tackles at Kansas State. I would say he was probably going to be a nickel. If you had to ask me, that nickel linebacker hybrid role would be where I would slot him at. Another guy that has very limited production that came over, Terrence Lewis, wide receiver, North Texas, 11 catches, 184 yards, and 3 touchdowns. But that's as a true freshman. So that's a typical true freshman type year. Let's see if he can bump that up to 22 or 25 or 30 catches this year, where he can be something legit. He's a slot/gadget type player. He's got speed, which is no surprise coming out of Texas. I think he's explosive in his acceleration. He's got yards after the catch ability. He's got scoring instincts on a couple plays he made guys miss. He's young with some upside, and I like him in space as a weapon. So keep your eye on Terrence Lewis for the future. Probably your bigger pickup of all the commitments is this guy here, Desmond Mahia, offensive tackle from North Texas, 6'4", 270, 87 graded, but I really like his stuff, man. He's an athletic tackle with a big frame. He's got that kick slide that's really, really good. He gets out in space quick with it. He's familiar with the system like a lot of these guys. He sustains blocks like nobody's business, and he's versatile. So big pickup for him. And last but not least, Johnny Dixon, who we saw put out a tweet last night. He's undersized at 6'3", 280, but he is a physical run blocker with experience. He's got strong hands. He's got a versatility to play on the interior, and he's tough and reliable too. He started all 13 games last year, and he's an All-American Conference caliber run blocker. Pass protection, different story. But as a run blocker, he's solid. I would imagine you got to put on 15 pounds to play in the Big 12. But I think he'll come in and be an immediate interior contributor. He'll be in your rotation of 7 or 8 offensive linemen for sure, potentially a starter, depending on who else you bring in. But, I mean, he's solid. He just needs to add a little bit of size to him. And that's it. So I think we got through them all. Sorry for the delays there. But, yeah, it's been a long time today on all this, and it's kind of hard in 30 minutes to get through them all, but I feel like we did. So big ups to us for doing that. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. I still have to go do another West Virginia video, unfortunately. Not that I don't want to. It's just my voice is kind of giving out on me a little. So West Virginia got a corner from Wisconsin, so I had to go talk about that. I know who he is well, so it's not going to take a lot of study. At least, just a quick update. I'm not going to do the whole show. All right, guys, have a great rest of your night, and we will get this one over with. Thanks for making Locked On Oklahoma State your first listen. The Everydayer thing, guys. If you guys don't know about the Everydayer Club, we'd really appreciate if you checked it out for Cody. It's $5 a month. It's nothing. It's literally nothing. I mean, you're not going to recognize $5 a month gone, most likely, unless you're really struggling. And if you are, that's okay. Don't feel bad about it. Here's the link in the chat. Make sure you check this out for Cody. You get ad-free audio on the audio side of things. If you're listening to this, the website is lockedonpodcasts with an s.com/everydayer club. And basically what it is you sign up, you get to be in a members only Discord with us. You get to talk to us, and you get a community. You get ad-free audio. There's gear involved. There's a bunch of stuff. If you support Locked On, we would appreciate it. All right, guys, I'm jumping out of here. Check out Locked On Big 12 with Drake Toll. As you all know, he does an incredible job. And I'll see you on the next one. Have a great night, guys. We're out of here. And go Pokes.